Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Civilization Reborn episode. I'm Mr. Roadmap. Thanks for tuning in. Uh, I don't really know what else to say, but if you like what I do, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm on the. I want to get at least 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think it's doable. But yeah, subscribe if you like this content, and let's get into the episode. So, we are gonna start things off by these two guys down here, the yellow guys and these pink guys. But yeah, we're gonna start off with both of them getting some land. So yeah, this is the land they get. They basically like split like this bit down here. Now these guys, they have like somewhat friendly relations, kind of. They're not like big fans of each other, but they're not gonna like invade each other. But yeah. Now let's look at these little red guys. These guys are gonna expand a little bit. Yeah, they're gonna just take that a little bit, that little area down there, and then these blue guys, they're kind of like rivals with the red guys, the kind of though they're not gonna like go to war to each other. So what these guys are gonna do is they're gonna go down here and kind of like cut off the red guys from expanding more, which kind of angers the red guys. They're like, hey, why'd you do that? That wasn't very nice of you. And these guys are like, oh, we want more land. But these guys know like that there's a whole bunch of empty land up here, and they're like, no, you liars. Why'd you do that? And they're like, 'cause we can. And they're like, yeah. But yeah, that's not gonna lead to war. But yeah, the next guy is gonna kind of get some more land. It's gonna be these green guys. Uh, they're gonna like kind of do that, like get all that. But this does kind of anger the people. It causes a little bit of instability, because it's kind of hard to control a lot of land. Even though there's big empires up here, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, these guys down here, they experience some unrest, and you know it, there's a little rebellion down here. So yeah, these guys rebel. They're not big fans of these guys, or well, they kind of just want their own country. But yeah, these guys aren't gonna be too happy about them breaking away. So they're gonna send troops down in to kind of like take that city. They're gonna go over here to capture that city. Um, they're gonna kind of go like march over here, though there's not like really anything since like it's just like claimed. It's kind of just like empty land with like a few villages and stuff. But yeah, these guys they continue their march downwards. They focus in on like over here, like down here where it's more populated. They're gonna take this city and then go down the coast, take that city and that city. Um, but yeah, though eventually, um, the armies kind of don't really want to fight, or like these guys' army, they don't really want to fight anymore, because at this point they're just like, because like they're just like fighting their own citizens, and they don't want to do that because like they have like family here, and they're like, no, we don't want to kill our like Uncle Joe or whatever. Yeah, that's gonna be end to the war. It's a quick war, so let's take a look at peace treaty. So this is gonna be the peace treaty. These guys are able to secure independence, but they don't like don't they kind of lost a lot of land, but nonetheless they still get independence. So yeah. But now we have another thing happening in South America. I think yeah, another thing happening. It's now like these guys, they all know like what's here, and they all kind of want what's there. So yeah, these guys are like everyone who like borders air quotes, this empty land. they're gonna go come together in this uh, Amazonian country, and they're gonna be like, hey, let's divvy up this land, cause we all want it, and things will get ugly if we don't like uh partition it uh amongst ourselves. And I don't think we're anyone here is in shape to fight. So yeah, let's just divvy up land. So yeah, let's look at what happens. So these are like the partitioning lines. So let's start off with this blue country. They get all of that area. These green guys, they don't get a lot because like they just came out of a war or like a civil war, so they don't claim that much land. These green guys up here, they claim that and that. Then these guys, or these yellow guys, they claim that much land. These red Amazonian guys, they claim all that. These Peruvians, they claim that. And then three new countries are made. Um, this like green country, this purple country, and then this like pink country. They are all made because, well, it would have been an awkward border between all these guys if like they had all divvied this up, and these guys are kind of getting large, you know. Look how big they're getting. If they get too big, they'll collapse. But yeah. Uh, let's see. Let's hold on. I'm gonna um. Okay, so their capitals are going to be there, there, and there. Oh, just realized I never gave these blue and red countries capitals. So their capitals are going to be, or red countries' capital is going to be on the coast, and these blue guys are going to have it dead center in the of the country. Oh, and these guys' capital will be there. All right. So now that South America is now like fully claimed, let's get to an interesting event other than the fully or full claiming of South America. Let's so we're gonna have a war. Um, it's gonna be between these Venezuelan guys and these Colombian guys. Um, the if you don't know, these two are basically like or but yeah, these Colombian guys or these Venezuelan guys, I think were like the first ever country here in South America, and then these Colombian guys, I think were like a close second. But yeah, uh, I guess the reason is they kind of just want to go to war. They want more land and like the usual reasons for war. Uh, so yeah, let's get that started. Um, these uh these Venezuelan guys, they're gonna start out by going up here and like cutting the city off and then taking it. Um, I'm not actually sure who's stronger. I think it might be the Colombians. But anyway, yeah, the Venezuelan guys, they send their troops, or the troops cross over the border. They take they take out that city. Um, and yeah, they start to threaten their capital. But these, uh, these, hold on, these Colombians, they have more luck in the south, and are, and they kind of just like do that, take take the southern bit of Venezuela. But yeah, not it's not a lot happens. They're not able to capture any big cities, which is good for the Venezuelans. But yeah, anyway, back up here, the Venezuelans they kind of close in on their capital, or Colombian's capital. But they kind of the Colombians push back a little bit. They're able to like push back the Venezuelans to there and like save kind of save their capital. But elsewhere, the Venezuelans they push out downwards. Also kind of like go around the Colombians and block them off from like supplies, and bam, kind of able to like do that. They're also kind of they also kind of like do that, or like kind of kick them out a little. But yeah, so um, but yeah, that's kind of like the war, or it's not, no, uh, but uh, the Colombians they're able to push back the Venezuelans' defense. They're able to go up here and capture this city. I don't think it's like a really important city, but it's like their first city that they capture. But yeah, they're also able to push the Venezuelans for the most part out of like this area of their country. They're also able to like push them out from there. And the Venezuelans are they're kind of getting a little uh like they're kind of failing. They're pushed out of this city here, and they're eventually pushed up to there, and the Colombians start to go into uh, into Venezuelan territory, which is not good. They're able to go up and capture that city, and they also kind of like go up and capture that city. They also cross over here and cut these troops off from like support. So yeah, they kind of push back and capture that and capture all of this. So the Venezuelans, they're in a little bit of trouble, just a little bit. Uh, all their gains have been taken. So they are going to call on, or they're gonna send some diplomats up and around here, over to Panama, and they're like, "Hey, Panama, you wanna get some land?" Panama's like, "Okay, sure, why not?" And so they enter the war against the Colombians. Uh, yeah, the Colombians didn't uh, know about this, so it's kind of a surprise. They didn't really want to invade Panama. So yeah. So when the Panamanian troops cross over the border, it kind of surprises them. It freaks them out a little bit because they didn't have like any troops over here. So yeah. Panamanians they send their troops. They capture this city over here, and they go up and start to threaten Colombia's capital, which is not good for Colombia. They also make some advances in the south and are able to take this city, which I guess isn't too realistic, considering like considering Colombia is like is like stronger than the Panama people. But then again, they had most of their troops over here in Venezuela and not protecting over here. So yeah, with the new Panamanian threat, uh, Colombia is gonna pull their troops kind of like away from Venezuela, which allows Venezuela to capture these two cities, or three cities, I guess, and start to make major claims. Or, well, they start pushing the Colombians out of their country, which is good for them. But yeah, they are able to kind kind of like push the Colombians completely out of their country. But yeah, but now since Colombia or like pulls their troops away from Venezuela, uh, they start going to fight off the Panamanians. They're able to capture this city back, and they captured that city as well, and kind of push them back a little bit. They also push them back from their capital up there. Um, but yeah, then these Venezuelos they are able to push back into Colombia. They take that out. They recapture this city up here. But yeah, and then they once again go on the offensive and threaten their capital, as well as take another major city, as well as I don't know, just pushing deeper into Colombia. But yeah, at this point in the war, people are pretty exhausted. They don't really want more fighting. So, these guys, they're gonna make a little truce, and or well, peace treaty. So, let's see what that has in store for us. Okay, so, this is the peace treaty, end of the war. Panama, they get some more land. Uh, Venezuela, they get some more land. Cuba or Colombia gets like this tiny little province over here. But yeah, I guess like only like Venezuela really came in or like got anything out of that, and Panama. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Um, we now go up to Canada, where um, yeah, things uh get discovered because I want them to be discovered. But yeah, um, everyone like the Washingtonians and these blue guys, they like send some guys up on some like explorers to like see what the hell's going on up here. They discover these lakes. They're like, oh wow, lakes, a lot of them. Like these guys, they also send explorers up to explore Alaska, and they're like, wow, it's dark or light or whatever. I'm not sure what time of the year it is. Let's just say it's like that time of the year where it's like dark for like 2 months. But yeah, it's currently like dark, and they're like, wow, it's dark and frigid. I don't like it here. Let's go back. So they do. But these guys don't. They're like, let's keep exploring until they find, like basically all of that. And they're like, oh wow, it's just ice and snow and flat land where we can't grow anything. Why did we explore this again? I don't know. Oh, well, that's what they're saying, not me. I wanted them to explore this because I didn't want this area to be gray anymore. But yeah, let's take a little look-see at these Alaskan guys over here. These guys, they're like, hey, or they sit down at a table. They're like, or they're kind of like, hey, let's expand a little bit more. And so they do. Okay, so these red Alaskan guys, they get all this down here. They like kind of they're like, oh hey, what's going on down here, guys? 'Cause they now border uh the these guys, the Washingtonian guys, and they're like, oh wow, we can trade with you guys now. And they're like, okay, sweet. So they do. They start trading. These blue guys up here, they only get that 'cause well everything else is like frigid cold. They don't really want anything more. Um, but yeah. So yeah, they're not expanding more. But let's take a look over here in this little area. The Washingtonians and the blue guys are gonna expand a little bit, like just a little bit. They don't really want to expand a lot more. But let's just take a look at that. So yeah, this is they expand a little bit more up here. And as you can see, there's two new countries that form here. Mainly because I don't want these guys to get too big, and I guess people want to just like go up there or something. I don't know. But yeah. So these guys they expand a little bit, or these guys I guess exist now. But yeah. Now let's turn our sights over this way. So these guys they're gonna expand a little bit. They're gonna like do yeah, kind of like do that. Yeah. These guys, they are gonna also expand a little bit. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like that almost. Um, yeah, it's kind of no, I don't like that. Hold on. It's gonna be more like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. But yeah. These guys. they're also gonna like send some dudes out exploring. They're gonna kind of like do that. They're gonna kind of explore like this coast area. Then again, it's frigid, and depending on the time of the year, it's either all sun or no sun, and they don't like that. But what they do like is over here, down in like Manchuria-ish. I wanna know why? 'Cause there's a lot of like arable land. You can like live there and not die, except in the winter, 'cause this is also kind of like Siberia. Oopsies. But yeah, kind of moving this way, and yeah, they discover all like that. Uh, then these Korean guys, they're gonna send some guys exploring down this way, down into like China, uh, like yeah, like down the coast of like southern China. Ah, shit. Yeah, they're gonna like or send some like expeditioners down this way, and they find a whole lot of like very, very farmable land, and like these guys are like, wow, so much farming capabilities. And you wanna know who else thinks that? The people. They're also like, oh wow, so much farming capabilities. And with that, we see three new countries pop up in like the coast areas of China. Um, they're like, oh wow, so much farming capabilities. This is gonna be so good. We love this. It's gonna be so freaking awesome, and no bad ills will come of that whatsoever. But yeah, we also have like I guess full discovery of the Sea of Japan, because I really don't want, because I kind of want that cleared. We also like see trade between Korea and this new like Chinese guys happen. Uh, yeah, there's also some of that get yeah. Also, these guys, they kind of don't really want to be a part of these guys anymore because they're like really far away. So they're gonna go ahead and like declare their independence from those guys, and these guys are like, okay, fine, whatever. You weren't that important anyway. We'll just like concentrate up here with our fishing and stuff. But yeah, these guys break away. These guys, they also get the same idea. They're like, hey, we don't really want to be with you guys anymore. Uh, later nerds, and they kind of and they just like split up like that. Yeah. These guys are like, oh, anyway, uh, we're gonna expand more to make up for that. We're gonna expand like this. We're gonna take over all this area. And they're like, you know what? We're gonna say we're gonna connect up with the Koreans, and we're gonna be like, hey Korea, what's going on? And Korea's gonna be like, oh, hi, nothing much. We're gonna we're gonna also expand a little because we also want some more we want some of that sweet farmland over here. And so they're like, oh, okay, trade? And they're like, okay, yeah, sure, trade. But yeah, these guys, like, here, I'm gonna fix that real quick. Here, they're gonna do that. They're gonna expand. They're gonna be like, agree on a border, and everything's gonna be chill for the most part over here. But yeah. Anyway, now we get to the final event of this episode, and it's gonna happen over here, back in America. So, if you have been watching this series, you're quite familiar with these green guys, kind of expansionist, kind of kind of like the Mongols. If like the Mongols were uh, like happened like during like the 4000s BC, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure when these guys are. I'm gonna assume like still in the BCs, maybe like 2000-ish BC. Mainly because you know what? Yeah, it's 2000 BC. No, it's 2500 BCE. Um, so still like ancient times. But yeah, actually no. you know what? Let's just say this is like 2,000 years before like the Great Pyramids were built, so like 6,000 CE. Even though it's probably not realistic for the time period. But whatever. Anyway, but yeah, these guys are expansionist. They're like, hey, we kind of want to rule the whole continent. And these guys and their neighbors are kind of like, hey, no, go away. But yeah, just watch like the last episode and many episodes before. Just watch the whole series. But anyway, yeah. So these guys, they want to control everything, and these guys, their neighbors, don't want that. So yeah. Anyway, what I'm getting at here is that one day there's like a little skirmish between these green the Plains people, the Californians. Let's say like right here. Um, and let's just say like um let's just like something like a little battle happens. Like two troops on both sides run into each other. They start hurling insults, and then insults turn to rocks, and then the rocks turn into spears and swords, and wouldn't you know it, the war has started. So yeah, that little skirmish on the border will lead to the Californians declaring war on the Plains people, and the Plains people declaring war on the Californians. Um, the Washingtonians, they're gonna join in on the side of the Californians because they're like besties with California, and they also don't really want the warmongers on their border because they've heard news of what's been happening down here, and and they're not really big fans of that. So yeah, they join in on the war on the side of California. These blue guys, they join in on the war, not on the side of California, but like just against the Plains people, because these guys they're also expansionists. They also want a bunch of land. So yeah, they're gonna declare war on the Plains people, and they're gonna be like, ah, screw you, and these guys are like, ah, screw you, because these guys hate each other because they're kind of in their way, or in each other's way. But yeah, after that, surprise attack or declaration of war or whatever. These guys, the New Yorkers, they declare war on Southerners because they're not big fans of the Southerners. They don't really like them. They used to be a part of the New Yorkers, or Southerners used to be a part of the New Yorkers, but then Southerners broke away and whatnot. But what I'm saying is, these guys join in on the war because they also kind of want land. And these guys, these Cyan Chicago guys, I guess, they also join in on the war against the Southerners because they don't like the Southerners. They're not too happy with them. But yeah, so if you're confused, um, I'm gonna draw it out for you, because I am such a nice person. Uh, I guess I don't know. That's what the hell. Um, but yeah. So what's currently going on is the Californians are at war with the Plains people. The Washingtons joined in on the side of the Californians against the Plains people. These blue guys also declared war on the Plains people, not on the side of Californians, but on their own side. So let's just make this like pink or whatever to signify that they're on their own side. And then the New Yorkers on their own side joined or declared war against the Southerners, and then these blue guys also declared war on the Southerners on the same side of the New Yorkers. So yeah, that is the current war. Oh wait, I forgot about these guys. They also declared war on the Plains people. So yeah, this is our big first like really big war between like I guess an entire continent. So like our first continental war or something. But yeah, so yeah, that happens. But we will have to see what that entails in the next episode, because it's gonna be all for today. Um, this episode's quite long. It's about half an hour. Jeez, I should probably speed things up a bit or cut some things out of videos or whatever. But that's not the point. But yeah, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think it'd be pretty cool if that would happen. But yeah, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and if you really like it, share it to your friends, I guess. But yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.